Hello everyone, today I'm going to work through a past paper question on sequences and series. This is for grade 12s. So this is from the 2021 paper 1 exam. This was question 2, and in this question you are asked to work with this geometric series, right? So they're saying given the geometric series, now we know that if it's geometric we are going to work with two formulas. We're going to work with this term formula, and then we're going to work with this sum formula. So we have a times r to the n minus 1 over r minus 1. That is one form of the formula. You also have another form where you can swap the r and the 1 terms around in the numerator and the denominator. And if they are asking us about the sum to infinity, we are going to be working with this formula. So these are the three formulas that we need to know we might be asked to work with. We may not use any other formulas. These are the only formulas that we have that are relevant to geometric series. So they've given us a series x plus 90 plus 81. Now we need to know that if it's a geometric series, that means that we are going to have a constant ratio. We are going to multiply by the same number each time. Now in 2.1 they are asking us to calculate the value of x. Now what we're going to have to do here is we are going to have to work backwards. We don't have the first term, we only have the second and third terms. So what we are going to do is we are going to use these two terms to calculate the ratio, and then we are going to work backwards from term 2 to get term 1. So the ratio is always a term divided by the term that came before it. Now 81 over 90 can be simplified. That is in fact 9 over 10. Now, if we know that our second term is 90, we want our first term. Remember, if we had gone from x to 90, we would multiply by 9 over 10. Now we are working backwards. What is the opposite of multiplying by 9 over 10? Dividing by 9 over 10. So to get our x value, our first term, we are going to take term 2 and we are going to divide it by that constant ratio, 9 over 10. And when we do that, we are going to get an answer of 100. So that is the value of x, that is the value of our first term. Okay, for 2.2, they are now asking us to show that the sum of the first n terms is this expression. All right, so we are now just quickly going to rewrite the number pattern with our three terms. My apologies, that's meant to be a plus. With our three terms in that number pattern, like so. There we go. And now we are going to see that our a value is 100. We already knew that our ratio value was 9 over 10. You can see that there's load shedding coming up soon. Okay, and then we are going to use our SN formula over here. Now, if we are looking at this, I am actually seeing that in my bracket, I have 1 minus my ratio to the power of n. So I am in fact going to use the other form of this SN formula, which I will write down for you. I'm going to use the form where we do 1 minus r to the n, simply because that is what I'm having to prove in this question. And that will then be over 1 minus r. Okay, from there, simply going to sub in our value. So we have 100 times 1 minus. Now, 9 over 10, guys, is also the same as 0,9. Again, I'm writing it like that because that is what they have in the expression that they want me to get to. And that is then going to be over 1 minus our ratio, which is 0,9. Now, if we're looking at what we are meant to be proving, currently we don't have we have a fraction currently. We need to not have a fraction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate what this is. 1 minus 0,9 is actually equal to 0,1. And then I'm going to do 100 divided by 0,1. And when we do that, guys, we are only actually going to get 1,000. And then we are left with this bracket, which was what they wanted us to prove. Okay, wonderful. In 2.3, the question is now saying, Hence or otherwise, calculate the sum to infinity. Now, hence or otherwise means that you can use the values or you can use your answers from the previous questions, or otherwise means that if there's another way of doing it, you don't actually have to use the answers that you've got. But what we are going to need, guys, is we're going to need the actual number pattern, right? 100 plus 90 plus 81. We are going to calculate the sum to infinity of that number pattern. We are using the formula a over 1 minus r. Our a value, again, is 100 over 1 minus our ratio. You can write it as a fraction or as a decimal. It's up to you. And we are simply going to type that into the calculator and we will get 1000 as our answer. Alright, I hope that was helpful, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. Maybe leave a little comment of what you want me to explain next. And it would be wonderful if you could subscribe. Have a lovely day.